boards is about retaining high yield details that you can actually use when you get to clinicals on day one. So let's go over some strategies so that you can enter the testing site to take your boards with confidence. So the first thing that you want to do is to identify a study program to get you through to boards. Make sure that there's comprehensive, high yield information in there for you to recap, and also make sure that there are study questions at the end of each lesson so that you can review, and make sure that the study questions have rationales. I'm not saying questions then answer, but I'm saying if you're going through in a study session, make sure at the end of that study session / during that study session, you find out what the right answer is and you understand the rationale. Avoid the FOMO. Avoid that fear of missing out. Do not switch your study materials in the middle of studying if you're preparing for boards. The study method that you have chosen, decide when you choose it that it can help you pass your boards. What you'll run into when you start studying a little out of this information and studying a little out of this information, you're gonna run into facts that clash, and that is going to cause more confusion than you want to deal with. Just look at the developmental milestones. They all differ just a little bit, just enough to run you up a wall. So you have to stick with one source of information. So now that you know which study tools you're going to use, they often map out how you need to study, but you know your weaknesses and you know that they need to be priority for you. So you can map out your study program. Once you're starting to answer the questions and you're starting to be more consistent and you're on track and on time with your information, then guess what? It's time to schedule your boards, because we don't want to push boards way out from when we graduated, because active recall, memory decay. Did you see my other video? So as you're going through your questions, there are going to be some questions, and hopefully not that many, but you may get it right this time and not right the next time. So that means that the information, you don't have a true understanding of that information. There's also going to be times when you consistently get it right, and another question that you consistently get wrong. Those ones that you're having mixed bags or consistently getting wrong, then we need to roll back a little bit further and really dive deep into where we're missing the point at. You may have to go back to the materials that you were given in school, as opposed to the higher yield, more condensed information that you have for a study aid. And that's fine. And that's totally different than using a bunch of different review resources, right? Because you need to get a hold of the concept so that when you come back through to study these high yield questions again, you can understand it and then know why you picked that answer that you picked. Now, you're going through the information, you're on track, you're on time, your test has been scheduled. You're getting close to 100% almost every time you take the test. At this point, you can use a different source for test taking, and you want to time it and you want to mimic a real exam. Leading up to the exam, you want to make sure that you're physically and mentally prepared. If you don't have a super duper workout regimen, make sure that you're taking walks if you can. Make sure that you're for sure getting adequate sleep and that you're fueling your body so that you can be prepared for test day. Before you go in to take your exam, stand flat foot on the ground and tell yourself that you have studied, you're prepared, and you're going to pass your exam. So that's visualization and positive self-talk. And I also want to tell you, if you have studied, you have cleared up and teased out the little hang-ups that you've had, you can pass your exam on the first try. Okay? Listen, passing your boards is a skill. It's not a cram session. Stick to your core books, follow your schedule, take care of your body, talk to yourself nice, go in there and crush it. I have other videos on this channel that can help you. Make sure to check them out.